Hey everybody, and welcome back to another awesome day. Man, oh man, let's talk about Pulsechain. Yeah, boy. We've had lots of excitement happen over the last week. It's been a really fun place to be, and you want fun in crypto. So well done. Let's party. All right, hope you guys are enjoying yourself. Let's see who's in the chat. We've got Lies Beneath. How are you today? Very good, of course. And we're going to be summarizing the results for day 250 on Pulsechain today. Isn't that crazy? 250 days, and you guys are all here. It's pretty amazing. What else? We got Hex, EHP, LSPX, and Incentive for the Win. That is the golden crypto strategy that Lies Beneath always brings us every day, and we love it. Crypto Dan says, woohoo! There you go, Crypto Dan. Good to see you in the house. We got Sandy Beach here as well. Hello, everybody. And of course, if you want to follow Sandy Beach on X, definitely give Sandy a follow if you love health and fitness and go for gold. We've got Joey Torres in the house there. Let's have a look. Joey says, what's up? Got a little monster cookie face there. We got Jay Everything as well. 100%. Absolutely. Tin Top's in the house there. What's up? Xkins. Good to see you, Tin Top. And we got Crypto Clodo in the house there. What about Wonder Woman? I have no idea. Wonder Woman's doing pretty well, though. You can ask Batman. Who is Batman? This is Wonder Woman. We got Brian in the house as well. What's up, folks? Good to see you, Brian. Community leader representing all the time. Hope you had a good safe travel to the shop there. Let us know what you bought at the shop. That'd be useful. Academiciated says, evening all. Good to see you. And we got Archie as well. Hi all. Archie dropping some alpha in our Pulsechain chat. If you haven't gotten to Discord, links in the video description. But man, Archie always crushes it there with the alpha and Pulsechain, giving some updates, which we're going to talk about today with some of our project updates on Pulsechain. All right, so without further ado, let's get straight into it. We're going to rock and roll speed style. Let's go. And of course, let's bring up some of the cool stuff happening. We're going to start with the stock market as usual. Let's get in there. And we had the Dow Jones ends lower as solid retail sales dent March Fed cut bets. That's what they say in their title. But in any case, we've got the Dow Jones is down 0.25% at 95 points to 37,266. The S&P 500 is down just over 0.5% at 26 points to 4,739, and the Nasdaq there is down 0.6%, 89 points down to 14,855. So those are the leading indicators, and we've got the US dollar is up slightly versus the trading partners. Let's have a look at the commodities. We've got West Texas at $73 and Brent oil at $78. Both of them up slightly as well. Gold has come down quite a bit from that all-time high. Was it $2,151, something like that? It is down. Oh, it's actually $210 at the moment. And silver there is at $22.73. So they're up slightly at the moment on this one. So they're very cool. What else? We got some big news here that I want to talk about. Treasury yields rise as consumer strength weighs on early rate cut expectations. U.S. Treasury yields continue to climb higher, with the yield on 10-year Treasury note rose further above 4% to its highest this year after U.S. retail sales rose 0.6% in the month of December. So good retail sales, but we've got the 10-year Treasury up over 4%. This is going to hold back institutions from buying on the stock market. So this 4% mark is pretty important. And so we're kind of seeing this hesitancy to go further with the stock market at the moment. So this is kind of what we are a little bit worried about with this high interest rate. Signs of a strong consumer, which makes up 2/3 of the economy, suggest the economy remains in good share, dented expectations for a rate cut as soon as March. So obviously, you know, haven't been holding on to that March position. I've been holding on to possibly May at the earliest. A stronger than expected showing in retail spending reinforces the notion of an ongoing sound and resilient consumer, and more broadly, a solid growth. Now, obviously, if you're a monetarist, you don't care so much about what that people are spending. If you increase the monetary supply, you got more money around, and therefore, if it filters into the right hands, then they may do spending that they otherwise wouldn't do. So at the moment, obviously, we've got contraction in the monetary supply, the M2, and here we are. We've still got some pretty bullish retail spending over the December period. Probably not too surprising. Probably have to move past that seasonal period to see what happens as we lead into May May this year. The odds of a March rate cut fell to about 50% from 61% a year earlier, according to Investors.com's Fed Rate Monitor. The data also added clout to remarks that the Federal Reserve Governor Christopher Waller, who indicated on Tuesday that while interest rate cuts were likely to happen this year, the central bank wasn't considering any in the near term, citing continued resilience in the US economy. Now, what we're expecting to see is the Fed to suddenly pivot. So it's kind of what we're expecting to see probably in the middle of the year. So that is where we are at the moment. Let's quickly go to the Fed rate monitor and have a look at the current positions. So 1 week and 6 days and 19 hours to go. So we're just gone below 2 weeks until the next Fed meeting. The first one for 2024 on the 31st of January, 2 p.m. Eastern time. And obviously, no one's expecting a change in the interest rates. So it's going to remain at 5.5 for January. March, however, is still 44.6% expecting a no change still. So the majority is still expecting a change, but probably not going to happen. And of course, we've got May there looking like the first pivot, but even that's weakening. We've got dropped down to, we've got 11.4% expecting a no change in May. So keep an eye on that. By June, definitely everyone is still looking for a pivot there. So expectations are waning a little bit for earlier pivot with the interest rates. So we'll see how we get on. Yeah, it's early days, still in January. Let's jump over to the crypto market. Bitcoin still holding on to a decent level in my view. 42,741. Obviously, we've got support around the 40K. We're down 1.17% today. The Bitcoin dominance is probably pretty interesting at 48.88%. Ethereum, though, holding up fairly good. Down a little bit, though, 2.7%. We're at $2,526 on Ethereum. And, of course, we've got some news around Ethereum. We're going to talk about that shortly. What else there? We've got a few little green shoots there. Tron, AVAX, Link, Solana, OKB, so a few there. But two of the big beneficiaries of the ETH are actually down. So we've got Optimism is down 5%, $3.43. Now these have potentially good upsides with the upgrades to Ethereum as Optimism. And the other one, of course, is where is it gone? Arbitrum was sitting there, but then it disappeared. Where did it go? Arbitrum disappeared. It was here. I just can't see it now. But Arbitrum was also down. It just disappeared off here for some reason. Not sure why. Maybe it changed percentage or something like that. But that is where we're at the moment. And, of course, we can see on the Bitcoin chart here, just nice little consolidation here on the 50 EMA here. See the yellow line, 50 EMA. So we're just consolidating on that. Yeah, so we pretty much were, riding up the 20 EMA. And now we've just dropped down to the 50 EMA here. So still looking pretty good in my view. Go for gold. Look, we've got some support in here as well. I'm not sure what Brennan thinks, but that is kind of the play. Nothing's really changed here. Bitcoin halving in April, Ethereum ETFs in May. We've got the upgrades for Ethereum just taken flight. They had some issues. I'm going to talk about that in a second. Obviously, we've still got the Black Swan event potentiality with good weather for a potential Taiwan invasion between April and June. Obviously, we're just keeping it there just as a note that is an unusual event, which none of us want, of course, but that is out there. All right, so and then we've got the US elections towards the end of the year, and maybe in the second half of the year, we might get a monetary pivot and, of course, interest rate pivot in May. So that's all out here in this period here where the Ethereum ETF is. So lots of stuff happening in the middle of the year, pretty critical to the bull run, as it were. But the lineup is still looking very, very good indeed. Let's go to Bitcoin, of course. Bitcoin sees the first ever weekly golden cross, so it really is quite bullish. A bullish signal to come. The 50-week simple moving average of Bitcoin's price crossed the 200-week SMA for the first time on record. So that's pretty bullish. You can see that in the cross here, which is pretty interesting. So that's around $30,300, $30,600 too, which is a pretty good level. That's the level we wanted to break. Remember, we wanted to break higher. And boy, did it work well. So we've got a golden cross on the weekly. That's bullish, folks, as well. So everything looking pretty good. Market enthusiasts call a golden cross indicator of a positive shift in asset prices. And now this market has finally appeared on Bitcoin weekly chart. The 50 EMA, 50 SMA on Bitcoin has crossed over 200 weekly for the first time on record, confirming a golden cross. The phrase and its counterpart, the death cross, in which the short duration SMA dips below the long term, originated in Japan per some technical analysts there. Let me just get rid of that little video popping up. Many traders see crossovers as forward-looking indicators, with the golden version signaling a long-term bull market ahead. So that's good news for you today. The bullish interpretation could be challenged because the averages are based on past data and tends to lag prices. In other words, averages represent what happened in the past, and the first golden cross on the weekly chart results from Bitcoin rallying over 70% to 42,700 in 4 months. This season, traders consider crossovers as lagging indicators, often coinciding with trend exhaustion. For instance, the weekly death cross confirmed the early 2023 marked the bottom of the bear. Bitcoin's daily golden chart death crossovers have a mixed record of predicting bullish and bearish trends. Bitcoin's rally has already stalled at the moment, but of course, as you guys know, we're looking forward to that bullish news coming up there. The net flows of funds for the ETFs has been 965 million, including seed funds, a strong start thus far. However, the spot price is down from the launch-driven euphoria as investors set unreasonable high launch expectations. So that's kind of the play there on that one. That leads us into Ethereum. Ethereum holding up pretty well here as well, 2,500. We got the 50 EMA down here, so we're well above that. And let me just change that to the 20 EMA. Let me just update that. Bam. And there's the 20 EMA, so we're quite a bit above the 20 EMA as well. So pretty bullish for Ethereum. Now, obviously, we've had a bit of a sell-off here. We're up at 2,587, just down to 2,553. We did have obviously big news overnight, but with some problems. Ethereum Deacon upgrade goes live on testnet after 4-hour delay. The Deacon upgrade was implemented on Ethereum's Go Early testnet, but a bug in Prism kept the network from finalizing for nearly 4 hours. So bit of drama there. The newest upgrade to Ethereum's network codename Cancun DNEB or Deacon has gone live on Go Early testnet for the first time, according to the January 17 social media post from Ethereum developer Parithosh Jayanthi. How about that? Was that okay? I don't know. And according to him, a bug delayed the network launch for approximately 4 hours, but once the problem was fixed through a patch, the network came back up. So there we go. So Go Early did finalize after all that. Once implemented on the mainnet, the Deacon upgrade will significantly lower the cost of transactions on Ethereum layer 2s such as Optimism, Base, Polygon, ZK EVM, and others. Developers have claimed it will also limit self-destruct operations, allow for new bridge and staking pool features. But really the key one that people are looking out for at the moment is significantly lowering costs and transactions on Ethereum layer 2s. That's why those are probably been the picks for getting extra value as a leverage play on Ethereum. The fork was implemented at approximately 6 a.m. UTC time, and according to Tim Baker there, about 20 minutes after this post, Baker announced that the network had undergone a chain split due to the lack of finalization. Terence later revealed that the Prism implementation of Ethereum contained a bug causing it to fail to sync with the other nodes. Once the bug was discovered and patched, the network began running smoothly again. And Jayanthi there claimed that the quickly implemented solution was a testament to the power of the team's debugging systems. I do want to mention that we went from fork, issue, triage, fix, finality in under 4 hours. The debugging apparatus has gotten great. That does sound pretty good. According to Deacon's testing schedule, its next big moment will be January the 30th. So that's the next big one for the testing, when it's slated to be implemented on the Sepilia test network. Alinsky test network will follow on February the 7th. So those are key dates to put into your calendar. The team has not yet announced the date for the upgrade to be implemented on mainnet. So we'll see how those 3 testnets to go as well. Now, I also believe this is the last one for Go Early testnet that will be used. So that's going to be retired as far as I can see. So there we go. That is the big drama. And of course, we saw Ether just pull off after that, pull down a little bit there. But this is bullish news for the Ethereum. And of course, Optimism and Arbitrum should benefit from that in due course with those upcoming dates. So that is the latest and greatest for Ethereum. And of course, Pulsechain can always, to take that benefit if it wants to. We'll see what Bretep says about that sometime. So we're going to get into Pulsechain day 250 results. Before we do that, though, let's catch up on the chat. See who else has jumped in here. There we go. Let me go back all the way back up here. We'll get up to Tintop for sure and Archie. Brian says, I'll tell you, boss, but it's a family channel. Okay, cool. We'll leave it there, Brian. We've got Anderson House there. LFG PLS6. Yeah, it's a good pick, isn't it? Good pick, Anderson. And Crypto Dan says, hit the likes up. Our member for 7 months. Hey, a big shout out to Crypto Dan. Thanks for your support. But appreciate that very, very muchly. And definitely smash the likes. Excavator says, hey, gang. Good to see Excavator. Hex enthusiasts as well in the house. And Protector Hex says, hey all, might get a repeat of 2020 market crash April, May. Some world event excuse, China invasion, pandemic. Yeah, China invasion is more fundamental. It's not, if China invasion is of a global issue, it's not going to be something we'll quite easily move over with the markets. It'll be not a good thing. Pandemic 2.0, then money printer goes brr. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to quite play out like that with the China invasion. So if we exclude that out of the list, then we might, yeah, for sure recover. But introduction to CBDCs to control inflation and the people. Don't forget people control people. I'm here for the tech, says Fast Abdul. Nice one. Check my pulse. Good evening, you all. Good to check my pulse. Wally Pasang, hey all, what a few crazy days and some paper hands showed up again, staying strong through SEC, looking ridiculous versus Coinbase clowns. Yeah, well, we managed, someone pulled that up yesterday during the live stream, and we did cover the SEC letter briefly, read through that. But once again, it's just their opinion versus their opinion. It was just a reply that they gave. And of course, ultimately, it's going to have to, the lawyers battle up and go to court in a fight. But the SEC lawyers probably going to be up against it, up against some of the very best. So it's going to be fun to see. And the way that the SEC claim was written, looked like some junior lawyers wrote the damn thing. It was pretty poor. But we'll see how it goes. Charity in the house there with the 5 red hands. I'm not sure what that stands for, Charity, but 5 is alive. Number 5 is alive. Charity won Mintra NFT today. Congratulations to you. Yeah, Mintra's been going through the roof, isn't it? Being pumped to high Billy Goat's gruff, that's for sure, on Mintra. Congrats, Charity. Us girls are lucky. Yes, you are, Sandy Beach. Indeed. The girls rock. They rock the house in crypto. Morning, everyone. 2024, going to be an amazing year for Pulsechain. Absolutely, Henry. I'm with you on that one. We got Wookie is feeling good today. He's feeling cool. It is hot summer here. You know, for us, it's hot. But yeah, it's nice to have a bit of cooling down. RH ecosystem for the win, says Excavator. Absolutely. Yes, in time and Pulse Kittens and like 4 others, I have to look to remember. Says Charity. Nice. You're doing very well, Charity. Who else there? Let me jump through that. We've got Ivor in the house there. Yo. Good to see you, Ivor. Sandy Beach got 10,000 hex from somebody. Wow. Well, congratulations to you, Sandy Beach. Imagine what that could be worth in the future. Well. And some hats and t-shirts too. Man, Sandy, you're doing well there. What else? Let me jump through some of that. Mecca's in the house. Hello, everybody. See Christian. Lots of freebies in a new ecosystem. I remember winning 10 million IM in the stream, says Charity. Man, you guys are like real winners. Just the winning keeps going. Like Charlie Sheen, just winners. All right, let's move on. Let's get into it. We've got the update here, but let's go. So for day 250, can you believe it? 250 days since Pulsechain's launched, 10th of May, 2023. And of course, here we are at 000123 on Pulse, 23% above the sacrifice price. That's pretty good, eh? We're having a bit of consolidation at the moment. Obviously, a little bit of sell-off on the SEC letter, but really that's a nothing burger. It's really needs to go to, they have to do full papers and then go to, do the full court session, all that stuff. So there's a lot of stuff to come and the market's ahead for that. Down 4.24%. We were due a correction anyway with the RSI that was getting overheated on the daily. The weekly definitely offered us opportunity to go even higher, and maybe we'll just need a little bit of a quiet period, just to a little bit of pullback, just to consolidate and move higher. PulseX there, quadruple 046, down 6%. The buy and burn doesn't care though. The buy and burn keeps going. 661.3 billion. PulseX is bought up and burned 3.23% of the public supply, so it's ticking up there nicely. Go PulseX. Incentive token there has been on an amazing ride on incentive token, down 4.2% today. The ratio to Pulse is 14,704. Fantastic. The buy that's just hit 22 million on, or actually 21.5. It gets rounded here, so you can see why I get tricked up there. We're at 21.559 million in supply and 117,992. I should stop clicking on the button because it's never quite around the rounding there. All right, we've got Hex there as well, is at 1.83 cents. That is down slightly, 0.7%. Hex has kind of been the laggard in this move. Sometimes Hex leads the move. Sometimes it's lagged and it's lagging behind. They're at 1.83 cents. It's EHEX is at just under a penny, 9600th of a penny. And of course, the combined price is at 2.79 cents. So still looking very good as the combined price. Pretty much rejected at 3 cents again. We got to 3 cents and then rejected again. Once we break that 3 cents, and it should be the next time. I think we've had 3 attempts, and it should be the next time. And then go for gold, right? Go for gold. Get up in that 3 to 5 cent range, onwards and upwards for Hex there. Let's jump over to the charts. I thought I'd set the charts up, but apparently I haven't. So let me just reset that. And to put that on the log, that is the Pulsechain chart there. Nice little, we had this first consolidation, right? A nice little consolidation here. This is pretty healthy. The RSI there just cooling off a little bit. They're still overbought, but just cooling off at the moment, but showing some robustness here with this little doji at this stage. And we're about to finish this candle in 9 minutes. So it's a not bad looking candle there for 9 minutes. So not too bad in the office there. And remember, the weekly is still looking very, very good indeed with the RSI. Look at that, 57, 56. No retesting of the 50 at this stage, but looking pretty good there on the weekly. We had our bullish cross on the weekly, so that's a good sign as well, right? Bullish EMA cross, looking pretty good there on Pulsechain. And don't forget, we've got all these different projects to come up, right? So we've got all these different projects to come up here, so that's going to be cool. We've got the big one we're waiting for is Power City Earn Protocol. Super bullish for Pulsex. As I said, I've been calling Pulsex. And obviously, it's sister, brother, cousin, whatever you call it, incentive token. That is also looking pretty good. So here is PX, Pulsex, PX, Pulsex. And let's go to the daily on this one. And let's auto fractionalize that. Look how wide the Bollinger Band is. Isn't that insane? Look how wide that Bollinger Band is. That's crazy. That bottom blue line, the bottom 95% of the prices, and the top blue line, the top 95% of the prices there. That's crazy. Did I say the top 5% of prices? But we've been right in the top of that Bollinger Band like a boss. That's so good. So that is looking pretty good there. The RSI is cooling off as well. It looks pretty similar to Pulsechain, obviously. Let's go to the weekly as well. And that is the weekly one there. Bullish cross as well. Look at that. That cross printed there. A good sign of things to come. So, we're going to win. We're going to win. Hashtag winning. Let's go to have we got the RSI there? And bam, the RSI is down at 55 for the weekly. So bring it on, as we say. The big bullish thing coming up, of course, as I repeat every day, is the Power City Earn Protocol. That's going to be a big, big deal. It's going to collateralize PulseX and, of course, allow our third stable coin on Pulsechain, PXDC. So that's the bullish news there. Incentive token as well, just powering up. Incentive token been doing incredible here. Look at this price, man. Gone from 44 cents all the way up to $1.81. Being as high as $2.02 or $3, looking pretty good there. The ratio to pulse is also looking pretty spectacular. We bounced off 8,500 all the way up to 14,700. So looking really, really good. And I guess there's a lot of potential upside. Obviously, we had a low supply out here. Now we have 22 million tokens out here, or 21.5 million tokens out here. So just take that into account. But exciting. All right. What else there? PHEX as well. PHEX here is being a little bit lazy. We're not being too mean to PHEX, but PHEX is my favorite, of course. PHEX here is doesn't mean it's the necessary best performer for the time being, because I think Pulsex is still the pick at the moment. Pulsex and incentive token, but PHEX is going to have its day in the sun once it breaks the 3 cent mark combined. It's going to be pretty glorious for PHEX and EX. So at this stage, we're pretty good. We're just below the pre-SEC price, which we did. Did we get kind of slightly ahead of it? We did kind of get around it. So we haven't quite breached the pre-SEC price on PX, but we're getting there. We're getting there. And next time it's got to be going for gold, right? Going for gold for next time. The RSI is still overbought there as well for PX. The MACD is still looking pretty good, although we are coming down the side here. We'll see what happens there. But definitely maybe the top of this move, maybe needing a little bit of a breather at the moment. Let's go to the weekly. We've got a bullish cross here as well. So everything looking bullish for Richard Hart's ecosystem. Millions of dollars have come through the bridge. We're going to look through at that in a minute as well. EHEX briefly is also probably a bit cheap as well. Are we going to get that parity play with EHEX and PX at some stage? I kind of feel like EHEX will stay at a discount for a little while, but definitely in the future, that's definitely possible. We're at 9700th of a penny at the moment. and rolled over a little bit here, hasn't it? Rolled over a little bit. RSI has definitely cooled off, probably cooler than the others. It's down at 70, so it's almost about to go back into normal territory. So not too bad there as well. The combined price of EHEX and PX is here on InvestX, and we've got the price at 2.8 cents at the moment. Man, I'm so keen to make that third attempt is it third attempt or fourth attempt? I think it's fourth attempt at the 3 cent mark. Let's see if we can render this properly. Bam. Let's see if we go. Now, PUSD ALGO protocol got to be coming pretty soon. They keep teasing us about it. And obviously the rewards, if you've got your Watt token staked, those Portal X rewards and then PUSD ALGO protocol rewards got to be pretty juicy when they do occur. I'm not sure what's happening there. That's not rendering there. We'll just check that. Let's see how we go. Bam, bam, bam. Bring on the daily. This is InvestX.io. If you haven't used it, it's really, really great. #1 workstation on Pulsechain. We're just going to the combined price here of EHEX and PX. Let's see if the daily will render this time. There we go. So there it is. Look at that. So we tried to get 3 cents back here in October. We got hit 3 cents. We hit 3 cents again. Let's hopefully we can do it this time. Last time we were above 3 cents was back here in July. So we've got a bit of work to do. All right, let's go back into, let me just get out of all here. Let's go back into the validators. Have a quick look at that. So 52,257. So we're pretty much high up here in the validator numbers. 1.67 trillion off the market. That's pretty cool. The gas prices looking pretty good as well. Yeah, really nice. 159,000 beats. 7/10 of a penny for a Pulsechain swap at the moment. 400th of a penny for a Pulsecoin transfer, and 1/10 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer at the moment. Now look at that, 4,258 times cheaper than Ethereum. $30 almost to do a swap on Ethereum, and 11,782 times cheaper than Bitcoin. Almost $5 to do a transfer on Bitcoin. Now, the other thing, of course, is I always raise this is the real benefits are the ability to compound really easy, and of course, profit sharing in a lot of our protocols on Pulsechain because we have real DeFi where you guys get to share in the profits. Those are two of the big sell points for me, doing pretty well. All right, let's go to the bridge and see what has been bridging over. 121.3 million, which is great to see. The money really is coming in, and nice to see that. So doing pretty well, and we're over 40 millions in DAI as well, so it's kind of cool. So doing very well indeed is a Pulsechain. Let's have a quick look at liquid loans while we're here, and see how much stable coins have been minted through that as well. And let's have a look here. So 28.6 million in USDL stable coins. One issue though is that a lot of them are stuck in the stability pool because they're earning 109% APR. So that's probably a big issue there. However, we are back at 1 trillion Pulse off the market. So we got about 16.5% of Pulse off the market through the validators and liquid loans. And what will PUSD do to Pulsex? It's going to be fun to see. And of course, adding another stable coin as well. It's going to be awesome. All right, so that's the good news there. Day 250, so we're going to be starting day 251. Let's get into the mix on the top PRC20s. We're going to look by liquidity here. We've got Treasury Bill up 5% there. Teddy Bear up 8%. Wise Token up 6% there. Pulse Bitcoin up 4%. Sushi up 5.6%. What else is doing okay here? That's pretty much it out of the top PRC20s. Let's go to the meme coins, which is our third category. See if there's any standouts there. Fluffy Slippers is up almost 1%. That's pretty much it out of the leaders there. What is going on with some of those? That's it. Everything else holding up pretty well. Like Axis Alive was up. It's up at $70,200. That's up just only down 2.7%. So holding up pretty well, isn't it? Some of these. Note Token is down 6% there from Randy Olasky. So got some interesting tokens going on there. Let's get to the main category, which is Pulsechain projects. This is the category number 4. And what do we got going on here? We're sorting by liquidity, so let's do that. And let's see who is performing best here. 9inch from Ethereum is up 4%. Loan Token is up 4% there as well. What else is doing well? Tetra is up 6%. Now we're expecting a lot of launches from Tetra. It's kind of one of those high-tech DeFi ecosystems. And of course, at the moment, they've got limit orders and liquidity pools and stuff like that. So they're doing pretty well. Petius is up 1.7%. Beetroot is up 2.4%. Now, one of the interesting observations I'm going to make is that we've got all these pools now over 100,000. This is great, isn't it? All these pools over 100,000. We didn't have that before, and so the pools are getting bigger. And if any of you looking to want to earn passive income, definitely look at LP providing. You provide LPs, and you do have to take into account permanent loss, but there's definitely opportunities there to consider for providing liquidity and earning some nice fees. Now you can check that out. We might do a bit of a thing on that, but that is kind of the highlights there. Just looking through. Weight token is up 10%, so that's doing pretty good from Coasts. P share, no, we'll move from there. Yeah, that's pretty much it today on those. Now we're going to talk about some of the news, so let's do that. I think I've got it on this one here. Pulse LN. So we're talking about Pulse LN. Now this is one of our on ramps to Pulsechain. Now, so the news here is that Pulse LN, the fastest and generally lowest fee onboarding, offboarding to Pulsechain, has raised the limits to $2,500 per transaction. So I've used this. This is super fast. Honestly, it's the fastest. Really is amazing. And the cool thing is you don't have to hook up your account. You can just send it to the address and it transfers. It's kind of neat like that. So this will help larger DCA to make it through in seconds. Isn't that great? And now always check your rates that you get through any of these platforms. But other than that, yeah, Pulse LN doing very well. Also uses the Bitcoin Lightning Network. It's one of the options that you have there too. So it's super, super bullish. They've also got some updates from the looks of it as well. They've updated to new coins on Arbitrum, Optimism, and Ethereum. So if you want to do cross-chain between these chains, the Pulse chain, you can do that too. Arbitrum, Optimism, and Ethereum, which is pretty cool. Now, as I talked about with the potential upgrades for Ethereum, if you want to use this to bridge to get some Arbitrum and Optimism to speculate on that, you can do that too. Now, you guys know I do believe in having a bit of cross-chain diversification. It's good for your portfolio, but obviously, Pulsechain for the win ultimately. Now, you can visit app.pulseln.com, a 15-second swap. So it really is pretty cool on this platform. So once again, put your numbers in there. Maybe check them on CoinGecko or something. Just make sure you're getting good rates on Pulsechain, Dex Screen, or whatever. But once you're happy, it's super fast and really, really cool. So that is Pulse LN. So they have really upgraded their services and looking pretty good. No KYC either as well. So kind of they're $2,500. I'm going to leave you a link to that, but you can find that in our useful links in Discord, which is pretty cool. Pulse LN, one of the key on ramps, off ramps on Pulsechain. Nice little update there from them. So that is the link to that if you want to check it out and use their service. I have used it and it was very, very good. Sometimes you just make, now they've got a $2,500 limit. You should get better rates as well. So that should also occur. All right. The other big news out at the moment is PUSD Algo. Now we're talking about Power City Earn Protocol coming out with PXDC stablecoin. That'll be the third stablecoin on Pulsechain. So that will leave, that's got CST, which is Coast native stablecoin using fiat backed by US dollars. And then, of course, we've got Liquid Loans, the fork of Liquidity that collateralizes Pulse and has given us our second native stablecoin, USDL, which is obviously massive, right? 29 million. Was number one position, obviously just been pushed back since we had big money come over from, sacrifice wallets and things like that. But apart from that, it is super, super duper good. And, of course, we're expecting PXDC to come from Power City with the Earn Protocol collateralizing PulseX. But we have a fourth stable coin that's been tested on Pulsechain. And of course, you guys know I have been a big supporter of it. It is the first algorithmic coin. And of course, potentially could be ginormous over time. I'm really excited about the potentiality of it. And it's going to be full DeFi. That's what I really like too, using limit orders and stability mine and stuff like that. So it will solve the scalability issue and the TVL issue of the what they call the stablecoin trilemma. And it could be super bullish for Pulsechain. So excited about that. Anyway, they just got a little note out here. Beware. We're in the process of winding down the PUSD LP and stability pot. So if you have been buying PUSD on the prototype on Pulsechain, just remember, do not buy it anymore because they are pulling it down. The testing is over. It was a prototype test token. Testing process is slowly coming to an end, and we expect to see volatility and depegging. So just remember that from around this. So that's important to remember. Now we can find that on the stable coins because you guys know I've got that. So let's go find stable coins and let's go to USDL. No, we're not going to USDL. We're going to PUSD. PUSD. So remember they have been pegged. They were pegged all the way. They had very tight. They controlled a lot of the LP. Man, it was so successful though. They got up to like last time I saw it was up to like $68,000. It started off at like what I can't remember now. Was it 30,000 something like that? Maybe even lower. Was it 12, 24,000 something down there? And then it ended up being like 68 or so. So pretty cool. They control all of the LP, so they're controlling the limits there on the stability around dollar. But obviously then they started pulling that away, doing some testing to widen out the scope. But now they have gone to move to pull the liquidity out. You can see now there's only $789 of liquidity. They will have some swapping mechanism for those that had PUSD and never went able to swap it back. So they're going to have something around that swappability later on. So that is kind of cool. And you can see it's pretty much over now. PUSD 40,000 die out there is only at $395. So that's pretty much finished now. So just remember, don't buy any more PUSD if you were so doing so as a stable coin, because it is over. And we wait for the upgrade. So obviously we're expecting PUSD Algo to reignite because they're going to do another 45 days on the sacrifice. Remember, this is not like other sacrifices. 75% is going of the capital raise is going straight into the protocol day one. So it's not like other ones where you're wondering where the ETH go, for example. It's going to be going straight into 50% straight into liquidity. They're going to make 4 or 5 trading liquidity pairs. Remember, there are 4 tokens in this protocol, and they're going to be pegging PUSD to USDL, the liquid loans as well, to get all that stability in there as well. Now, the other thing, of course, is that 25% is going to go to the stability miner day one. So when this relaunches, we'll be covering that when it comes back up. So stay tuned for that. All right, that leaves us into Hex, does it? I think it does, but we may not have the data again. I'm so fast today because we're waiting for all the projects to launch. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Hex mining, of course, we're going to get into that. We're going to be covering 2 days, actually, because we missed yesterday. So maybe we'll cover that briefly, 1506. So we might do that and then get into the updates of today's numbers as well. All right, let's see who else has jumped in here. We've got about 46 people watching at the moment, so a big shout out. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, hit the bell. If you love daily Pulsechain and Hex results, then get in here, or at least mostly daily. Generally, I'm daily, but I have taken a few days off over the holiday breaks or the summer season as it is here. What else? We've got Laquat in the house there. Hey, good to see you. Hi, how are you? Very well, thank you. Good to see you in the chat there, new person. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button as well. I have several NFTs that I didn't know I had. I think they've all been dropped to me secret. I know almost nothing about NFTs, says Charity. Yeah, you probably got a few there. That's pretty cool. Everybody should check their accounts for little NFTs. Just make sure that the team is legit. We're interacting as usual. Charity loves liquid loans, and so does Sandy. Just saying. You got that off Brian. Just saying. Same quote. The Quack says, I'm holding my Pulsex Axion variable tight, filling up bags, cheap price for now. Nice play there, Alfred. Well played. All right, what else we got there? Did they airdrop this from the sacrifice PUSD Algo? No, that was a prototype stablecoin that they were testing with their limit order bots and things like that. DragonX just launched, says Tom Boss, going to look at that one. Nice one, yeah. Yeah, I'll be covering that on Superman Crypto channel, which is my general crypto channel. So stay tuned. I'll be doing an update on that project later this afternoon. Archie says liquidity providing may be very lucrative with USDL when it goes live. Yeah, I think so. Man, they made so much money with just doing the prototype. That's very positive for the potential of the protocol when it goes live. Very, very getting excited. Okay, thank you. Yeah, it wasn't in my wallet. Next minute, says Sandy. Next minute. All right. We got the results. Let's get into yesterday's results quickly, and then we'll go to hopefully cover today's results when they come out. So yesterday's results for Hex on Ethereum. We're going to go quickly through the numbers. We had the 16th of January. We were just over 1 penny at the time. We had a 3% gain yesterday. Our payout yesterday was 6.791 hex per T-share, pretty good. That's the main number you're thinking about. How much hex do I get for my T-share? And so how do you get T-shares? You have to buy hex. You have to buy hex on either on Ethereum or Pulsechain, and then you have to burn it for T-shares. T-shares stands for trillions of shares. Just think of it like shares, basically, or T-share miner. This is another way we talk about it. And of course, the share rate there is no change today, so pretty much no change, or yesterday, I should say. The mine length 7.09 years, and the APY 39.27% yesterday. T-shares went up 2,300 to 9,617,000 T-shares. So this is how many T-share miners are in the ownership pool. Let's go to the lock percentage of coins. 9.3% of hex was locked yesterday. We had pretty modest penalties, only 607,000 with 65.3 million hex in the reward pool, and that's what the T-share miners get share of, right? Is that hex in that pool? Growth numbers were up 42 liquid yesterday. No change in miners yesterday, so that was a good day. We had 190,156 miners yesterday, and of course, Pulsechain day 249, 16th of January. We had the price at 1.82 cents. Isn't it nice to see the price up near 2 cents? It is kind of cool because we're so used to it being around 1 cent or lower, and now we're up getting around this 2 cent mark. Pretty cool. Price was down 5.73%. The payout per T-share 6.81. Now remember, as the price goes up and as the payout per T-share goes up, your earnings are going up quite significantly, right? So, but that also means that the price to get a T-share is also going up as well. The only way to get a cheaper than the spot T-share price here is longer pays better, a bigger pays better, right? So those two elements, when you go to do it, you'll get that cheaper than that rate. But once again, as the price goes up, as the earning yield goes up there as well, your total rewards are going up, but also the cost to get a T-share goes up. Also, just remember that. Now, the average mine length 6.87 years, 37.5% APY for existing T-share miners. T-shares actually went down on Pulsechain compared to Ethereum, 11,850, and actually under 9.6 million. Wow. So there's been a flippening. I said that the other day between Pulsechain and Ethereum on the ownership pool with T-shares. So big dramatics happening. 9.73% of all coins are locked on the old Pulsechain, 500,000 in pennies, and we've got pretty similar rewards in the pools there like Ethereum. And the growth numbers, up 69 liquid holders, up 11 miners to 124,569 miners on the Pulsechain. Now, that was yesterday's numbers. Obviously, we're waiting for day 1,507 on the old Ethereum chain. So I'm not sure when it's going to happen. It's going to update maybe in a couple of minutes, 5 minutes or so. Hex.com anyway, you can check it out. I'll let us get back to it. We've got some more comments in here. No, we've got no more comments. People chatting to themselves in the chat. So Hex.com, if you haven't checked out, get involved. Now, we also have a crypto helpline in our Discord. So if you haven't joined our Discord, the links are in the video description. We've got a general membership to Pulsechain Hex Discord, which is $5 a month, 16 cents a day. If you want to get in, and we also have a crypto helpline in there, which a lot of people use and get answers to lots of ranges of different questions. We have all the information, obviously, and we have an amazing community as well. We also have a strategy club, which is a multi-chain, so not just Pulsechain, multi-chain, where we look for some of the best projects to make mad gains. So that's also in there as well. That's $35 a month, but we've been doing really good time in there, having a good time and getting some of the best value and best strategies. So if you love that, join up the strategy club also. All right. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know if we got the results coming out yet. No, not quite yet. They're probably going to be soon, but not quite here yet at the moment. Now, if you guys haven't checked out Richard Hart, of course, Richard Hart has been out and about talking a lot around Pulsechain, which is great to see. Obviously, the founder of Pulsechain, Hex and Pulsex and Incentive Token. He's been out and about just pushing out some really good content. So big shout out to Richard for all that. Doing an amazing job. All right. I think that's it on there at the moment. Maybe we'll read this out tomorrow. Yeah, probably will do. We're up to 45 minutes. We might leave that and cover that again tomorrow. We're so fast these days. That's because we haven't got any projects launching at a particular time, but we have got Power City launching pretty soon. The other ones we're looking for, we've got Tetra coming, we've got Magic Carpet Ride coming, we've got Win-Win coming, we've got Jacob Ecosystems, got multiple protocols coming, and then many other teams also launching as well on Pulsechain. There are some riskier plays. I covered one of them yesterday. Which is called Warren. That was out there, so people have been playing that too on Pulsechain. there have been a few other opportunities in play. I don't think we've got anything out yet, have we? No, nothing yet. All right, we might wrap that up at 45 minutes. It's a fast one today, but I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Catch me tomorrow. We got some, when we get these project updates, we'll be covering them in full, of course, on this channel. And I will be also on Superman Crypto later on today. I will be giving an update on some other projects that generate crypto as well. So if you want to check those out, including Dragon X just launched. All right, take care, and don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and hit the bell. I'll see you in Discord, and I'll play out some cool music on the way out as we just tick along there on a bit of a consolidation day, which is always a good time to pick up more volume, right? Let me see here. We're going to play. Yeah, let's go. All right, here we go. All right, peace out, everybody. Take care. Bye for now.
Here in my $3,000 Valentino Rockstud purse, my $3,000 Prada jacket, $2,000 Prada shirt, $2,000 or $3,000 Prada pants, Prada glasses, Prada hat, Prada bracelet, and it's all Prada, 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 Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off. Prada, 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 Prada shirt, Prada hat, Prada glasses, Prada pants, and it's all nylon, so the haters' tears fall right off.
Lil Bubble, let me ride that rocket.